Welcome back. I am BaLoRi and this is the League Quiz Masterclass. In this series we are going to talk and analyze your answers from the YouTube community League quizzes that we had in the last few weeks. I have to say that the answers that you gave, guys, were almost all correct, and that made me extremely happy about our Balorians and how big knowledge you got about the game, guys. But before we continue with the video, be sure to check out our 20 skins Kog'Maw global giveaway this time as Riot's partner. You will find everything that you need to know in the description below. Let's go back to our video now. I wanted to ask some complicated questions to my Balorians and then see if they are going to answer right or wrong. From what I saw, even with the hard and tricky questions, most of you got the right answers. Let's start with the first question, that it was about void stuff and shadow flame items. You got a team with 60 magic resist targets. Which item will avoid more magic resist and give you more damage? Is it going to be shadow flame full effect or is it going to be void stuff? 75% of the Balorians got the answer right, but this question wasn't about the two items. It wasn't to compare them. It was for you to understand how magic penetration effect works and to also understand how to calculate the magic penetration. Even now, a lot of people saying that if the enemy team won't stack magic resist, then to get void stuff is going to be useless or even a troll. And tell me the truth, a lot of people keep pinking the void stuff against no magic resist enemy team, right? But in reality, void stuff is going to show its value even with as low as 60 magic resist targets. And it's going to be even better when the enemy team is going to stack even more magic resist and increase the total value even further. After this one, I wanted for you to use this information that you had from the first question and answer the two next. I wanted to be a little bit tricky in these ones because I wanted for you to think before you instantly answer the right question and make you actually use the calculations that we did before. The first question was about Cho'Gath and Veigar. And the question goes like this. You got 60 minutes time to get stacks, up HP, kills, and so on. And they 5000 HP, 300 armor, 300 magic resist champion. Which one of these two abilities will do the most damage? As for the second question, you got a 100 armor target. Which one of the following builds will do the more damage while being level 18? The first option is going to be 50 lethality with 30% armor reduction and 30% armor pen plus 300 odds. The second option is going to be 30 lethality, 30% armor reduction, 60% armor pen and 300 odds. The third is going to be 30 lethality, 60% armor reduction, 30% armor pen and 300 odds. The fourth one is going to be 65 lethality, 20% armor reduction and 20% armor pen plus of course the 300 odds. And the final option is going to be all of them will do the same damage. Let's go first to the full late game Veigar and Cho. This question meant for you to understand the difference between magic and true damage, and not only for these two champions and not to compare these champions at all. It's just for the magic and true damage. Even if you got the max amount of penetration possible in this game, Veigar's R is still going to do less damage than Cho'Gath's R. You got a huge amount of magic resist against you, 300 in total, and you got an only magic damage ability. The reason is because with even an insanely big amount of 2000 in total, you are going to still have the magic resist of the target that is going to reduce by 53% your total damage. So even with the max amount of magic penetration, you are going to still do less damage than the true damage ability. And this is because true damage and overall true damage abilities won't affect by magic resist or armor at all. They are going to always do the same amount of true damage no matter the amount of armor or magic resist that the target got. And that making these abilities so scary. We got detailed answer about this question in the League quiz, and you're going to find the link of that question in the description below. Be sure to check it out. The second question now was about armor penetration. To get the right answer here, you needed to have the right calculation order. And that's going to be first to calculate the percentage armor reduction, then the armor penetration percentage, and finally the lethality armor pen, because we are level 18. So as you can see, all examples will make the target go to 0 armor. That means that every single example above will do true damage. And as we know, armor penetration can reduce the armor or the magic resist below 0. That means that you are always at max, you are going to do true damage, and that's what we need in the end. In this question, we had the majority of Balorians answering this wrong, and probably I can understand, because they saw the huge amount of armor penetration, so they were like, the more armor pen, the better, so I'm going to do more damage. But probably they forgot that you can go below 0 armor. Of course, this question meant for you to understand how armor and armor pen works, so it did the trick. Now, the next question was a little bit for more in-game focus, and let's see how it goes. What do you think is more valuable to focus on, to get first blood or 24 minions? The answer here is pretty obvious. To focus on farming is the most important thing. We talk about this so many times in our guides, in our builds, in our videos, everywhere. The first 4 waves, without even calculating the tank minion, will worth more gold than the first blood. And will give you overall more gold, but also safer gold. A lot of people say it about, yeah, but what if with that kill we deny the farm? Yeah guys, the most important thing here is to get the farm and the kill. But if you can't get the kill and the farm, then you need to focus on the farming. If you calculate now the tank minion and not the first blood but a regular kill, you're going to see that the difference between these two is going to be even bigger, and that means that you are not going to focus on the kills from now on. Except if you can get both, remember. Once again, of course, Balorians had the right answer. Till now, only one question had a mistake, and that's the surprising part. I thought that a lot of people will answer wrong in the past few questions. The next 2 questions meant for you to understand how true health works and also resistances. And here we had even more interesting answers. The question goes like this. You got a champion with 1000 HP, 100 armor and 100 magic resist. How much non-true physical magic total damage do you need to cook the food and drop its HP to 0? The options are going to be 1000 damage, 1250, 1500, 1750 or 2000 damage. You need to know that 100 armor is going to reduce your damage by 50%. So in order for you to actually kill the target, you need 2000 total damage. That means that that target got 2000 true health, as we're calling it. And the next question is, you got 1000 HP and 100 armor. Against you there is only physical damage Tryndamere. What will give you more sustain? 500 HP or 90 armor? A lot of people got confused. HP against armor. The most important question. What are we going to get against only physical damage? By following the formula that's going to calculate how much true health we are going to have with the stats from the beginning, we will have with 500 HP will give you 3000 total true health, and in the other hand, 90 armor is going to give you 2900, making the 500 HP answer to actually give you more true health against physical damage. Of course, this question got 2 meanings. First, for you to understand what true health is and how to calculate its value. And second, to think, in our overall games, do we only got physical damage against us? What about magic damage? What about true damage? What about the combination of everything together? What are we going to do then? Are we going to stack armor and then we are going to have one more champion that is going to do magic damage to finish us off? The answer is of course no. We are not going to only go for armor. And that's why the HP is going to give you a better value, because it's going to help you have better resistances while having only the base armor magic resist against all type of damage. Is it going to be true, magic or whatever, you're going to still have the sustain that you need to survive. Of course, it was a big surprise that 75% of the people answer armor. Some of you got confused with the icon because it was the frozen heart, but still, in the pinned comments you saw that we were talking about the armor. Just like Ruby Crystal is not giving you 500 HP, just as Frozen Heart is not giving you 90 armor, of course. This question meant for you to understand the difference, and I hope that after this one, you're going to know next time what is going to be more worth. And on this question, we are going to have another question for our next video. So wait for it, it's going to be epic. And finally, we reached in the last two questions. Both of these questions will be about CC and how they work in-game. Both of these questions will be pretty tricky, but for my surprise, you did very good answering that. The first question is going to be, you are playing and you got a slow effect on your champion. Will your 50% tenacity reduce the duration of the slow effect, how long it takes? Reduce the percentage amount of the slow effect, how slow you are, or both from above. And the second one is going to be, you got two slow effects, one from a skill and one from an item. One is doing 30% slow and the other is doing 5% slow. How much total slow effect will you have to slow the enemy targets? Is it going to be 50%? Is it going to be 80%? Or it's going to be 50 to 8%. For the first question and to understand how tenacity works, the answer is that tenacity is going to reduce the duration of the slow, how long it takes, and is not going to reduce the slow itself. In order for you to reduce the slow effect and the amount of slow that you are receiving, you need the slow resistance effect, making the combination of tenacity and slow resistance effect so much more important in this game. And the follow-up question was about for you to understand what is going to happen if you got 1, 2, 3 or more slow effects that will stack together. That's going to be one thing that I keep seeing in our YouTube comments or our live streams on Twitch. A lot of people keep saying, why you are not going for more slow? Why you're not getting another item for a slow effect in order for you to slow the targets more and reach them easier? The thing is that in the game, only the highest amount of slow will matter. It's not going to stack together. You are not going to activate first the one and then the second one. When the target is going to receive a slow effect on it, no matter the source, is it going to be you, is it going to be your teammate, is it going to be, I don't know, Baron, they are going to receive always the highest amount of slow, and that's it. You are not going to stack it, you are not going to combine it with any way. The target is going to slow by 15%, because that's going to be the max value to this question. So if you want to create a build with a combination of slow effects, remember that from all the slow effects, you are in the end going to use only one that's going to be the highest amount, and you're going to waste every other. I have to say, reading all these questions were so interesting, and I hope that you learned 1 or 2 things out of this episode. Now, before we end with the video, and if you want to help me and see more, you know what to do, guys. Be sure to like the video, share it to your friends or people that really need to learn all of this stuff. And of course, comment below and tell me, did you answer all the questions, guys? Or you had some wrong, and right now you're going to tell me I had everything right, of course, because I'm the ultimate Balorian. Of course you are the ultimate Balorian, but tell me, for real this time, did you make a mistake in any question, and which one is going to be, in order for me to know for the next video, and if you guys want to see it, to add more tricky ones in order for us to have better answers and to understand better the game itself. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to participate in our giveaway that you are going to find in the description below. Thanks for watching and see you all in the next video.